Hey Renette, it's Aaron, your personal driver, and today we're going to have to talk about Seattle, the TNC union, and all the news that's going on. If I'm being honest, I'm not really looking forward to making this video. I've been avoiding making this video, but there's been so much written about it and so much drama surrounding it that I'm going to have to set things straight. Just the way it is. Anyone can unionize. It's the way it's been since the 1920s when this labor revolution happened. So why is Uber opposed to a union? That's a good question to answer, and the reason for that is the same reason that any multinational corporation is opposed to unions. They don't want to raise wages, but with Uber it's even worse. So you got to understand where Uber is coming from, and Uber exists to change the way we have transportation. And I don't mean just with a little bit. Like, they want to radically change the way that we go to places in status quo. They don't want taxi cabs. They don't want buses. They don't want trains. They don't want subway. They don't even want you to own a car. In Uber's perfect world, you download the app, you push the button, and an autonomous car comes and picks you up and takes you to your destination, and you pay a fee for that. And that fee is nominal so that it's less expensive to drive with Uber than it is to own a car. Basically, they want to bring the future to Uber. That's what Uber was founded for, and that's what they're trying to do. Uber wasn't the first ride-sharing company. They didn't invent it. They just put it on steroids and brought it to a level that no one thought ride-sharing would be. That's the original vision of Uber, and that's why all of their actions are stupid and don't make any sense. That's why they hate drivers, because to them, drivers are just a stepping stone to where they want to get to. They want to change the way the world operates with vehicles. They don't want to make a profit. They aren't making a profit. They lost $3 billion last year. And they're going to continue to lose money going forward because they aren't in the business of making money. They're not in the business of turning a profit for itself or for its drivers. They're in the business of change. That being said, unions are the biggest roadblock for them to implement their vision. Because if there's a union, you can't have autonomous cars because the union won't approve it. You can't make the per mile wage less than $1 because the union won't let you do it. In most markets, and I'll say this again so everyone understands, in most markets in the United States, drivers are getting paid less than $1 a mile. So just realize that. Seattle's a little different because it's $1.35. They change it all the time. I think it's $1.32, $35, something like that in Seattle, which is almost double the national average. One of the reasons why it's that high is because there's a threat of a union too, by the way. Because trust me, if Uber dropped the rate to 60 cents a mile, like they have in Texas, Oklahoma, the entire East Coast, Florida, that kind of stuff, there would be a union tomorrow. So Uber knows that. The union is going to get in the way of Uber's vision, and that's why they don't want it. It's not that it's going to cost Uber too much money. It's not that they can't afford to do it, because remember, they're still taking 25%, so an increase in rates helps Uber too. Like, in a lot of ways, a union will help Uber itself because it'll force Uber to become profitable. So that's why Uber's fighting this so hard. They don't even want there to be a vote. They don't want drivers to decide for themselves whether or not they're going to unionize. They don't want to take the risk. Uber can't radically change the status quo into a new era of transportation if there are unions that are demanding basic benefits. So at the end of this video, there's really two things that I need to discuss. What my personal opinion is on the subject, and what I think is going to happen. Okay? The first is, I don't think there ever will be a union for TNC drivers. I think the majority of drivers don't want there to be anyone telling them how or when they have to show up someplace. And the fear of that is going to keep drivers from voting for it. Even though it's against their best interest, I think the majority of drivers would rather see their per mile wages go down like the national average to 60 cents than be forced to take a shift. Even though that's not what the union is going to do, the fear of that is going to keep them from wanting to do it. And if you go online, that's what everyone's talking about. Everyone's so worried that they're not going to have control over their business, that they're not going to unionize, and they're just going to take lower wages. And mark my words, the day that there's a vote and it fails is the day Uber will drop per mile wages below $1. It'll happen. They'll drop it 60 cents in a day. Maybe not 60 cents, but 40 cents in a day, and you'll be driving for 90 cents a mile like in California. It'll happen the day after the vote and it fails. But drivers would rather do that than have to worry about the bureaucracy of a union. Now, my personal opinion is I don't want to be a part of a union. From the beginning, I haven't wanted to be a part of a union. But right now, I think that we have to unionize. And that's my personal opinion on it. The reason for that is I can't get out of Uber Pool. I don't want to take Uber Pool. Uber Pool is abusive. About half of the rides I take with Uber Pool, I lose money on. So if I take 10 Uber Pools, 5 of them I lose money on. And the 5 that I don't lose money on, I do not make as much money on that platform as you do on UberX. But I am being forced to take Uber Pools by Uber. So yeah, if they won't take that away, I would rather be in a union. I'm not in the business of charity. I don't do Uber for fun and do it for free and at a loss. Okay? I do Uber to make money, and you don't make money on Uber Pool. About 30 or 40% of the time, Uber makes more money off of Uber Pool than I do. Because Uber gets paid per head, and I don't get paid per head, I get paid per mile. So they cram my car full of customers, they make a buttload of money, and I lose money. That's why I don't want Uber Pool. The other reason I think that legitimately we need a union is that Uber doesn't have a tip option. You can't make money doing Uber unless you make tips. Tips is the only way to become profitable as a business. You can't do it. You're only making 15 to 20 cents a mile profit. And that's if you're doing everything right and nothing goes wrong. At the most, you're making 20 cents a mile. Prove me wrong. I dare somebody who's watching this video and disagrees with me to show me their math that they're making more than 20 cents a mile after everyone else takes their cut. It'll never happen in the history of the world. No one will ever email me a spreadsheet showing me that that's not true. And I'm confident in saying that. So because there's no tip option, I think we should get a union. Because that's the only way to make money. The third reason I think there should be a union is to prevent wages to going to the national average. You already can't make money as it is. So remember, you're only making a profit right now at about 20 cents a mile. So if Uber drops wages below 20 cents than they currently are, or gas rises, the price of gas rises to a certain point, it is impossible to make money in this. You just won't do it. So for those 3 reasons, I think that we should unionize. And that's where I am right now. And I don't even really like it. I kind of was forced into this opinion. So I don't want to pay union wages. I don't want the extra level of bureaucracy. I don't want Uber to be my full-time job. It's a stress that I don't want to have to worry about. Also, if the union decides to strike, I don't want the option of not being able to work. But at this point, it's like Uber's gotten so bad that they've basically forced me into becoming a union supporter. So right now, I'm gonna vote for the union. Like, I'm kind of scared to say that on the video. I'm pretty sure Uber is gonna see this and they're gonna cut me off the platform because that's how they roll. But there's no choice in the matter. If tomorrow if Uber came out and had a tip option and then let me get an Uber Pool, then there's no way I'd vote for a union. There's no way I would do it because it's not something I want to do. But that's where we are right now. That being said, if an actual vote takes place, I don't think enough drivers are going to be in the union. There are just not enough full-time drivers who would benefit from it all the time. But it's an interesting place that we're at, so we'll see what happens. Anyway. Hey everyone, this is my son. I woke him up when I was doing videos. Say hi, Internet.
Hi, Internet.
Say like, comment, subscribe. Say put comments below.
Put comments below. Thumbs up in the comments.
Yeah, thumbs up in the comments. That's right.
What?